Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Syahida binti Rizal, and today I will present about the study on ocean ion fertilization. Before we get started, I will briefly explain about the content of this presentation. First, the introduction on the article, the aim of the study, and the definition and the location, the history, the ion-climate relationship, the experiment that had been conducted, and the limitation. And lastly, the improvement for further study. As you can see on your left, that is the article that I refer to. The title is Reviews and Synthesis, Ocean Ion Fertilization Experiment, Past, Present and Future, looking to a future Korean ion fertilization experiment in the Southern Ocean, the KIFES project. And the aim of this study, the ocean ion fertilization can help in reducing the atmospheric carbon dioxide level by promoting the sequestration of oceanic carbon through the artificial ion addition in the HNLC regions and minimizing the hazard of the global warming. Next, I will explain the definition of ocean ion fertilization. Ocean ion fertilization have been described as a very potential strategy for lowering the carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere quickly and efficiently with low cost. Why scientists choose this area for the experiments? This is because this area is high in nutrients but has low chlorophyll levels in the HNLC areas. And the next slide is about the history of ocean ion fertilization. This started by Dr. John Martin that made a hypothesis. He stated that seeding the ocean surface with iron should make microscopic marine organisms like diatoms multiply dramatically. And from the Asian findings, there is an analysis of trap A bubble was done during the last glacial maximum in the Antarctic ice cores, and resulting in low atmospheric carbon dioxide. The next slide is about the ion-climate relationship. So, ion addition into the surface of water promote phytoplankton growth, especially the diatom, and with addition of iron, phytoplankton can utilize the micronutrient available in the HNLC regions and help in carbon sequestration to the deeper ocean, and lastly will minimizing the climate effect on that area. There are 13 artificial OIF experiments that had been conducted in the HNLC area. As you can remember from the map, it's the number, and this is the artificial OIF experiments. As you can see, the first name is the Ion X1. It stands for the Ion Enrichment Experiment. It was conducted for 10 days, and the result of this experiment was the magnitude of the biogeochemical response was not as large as expected. And for the next experiment, is called Ion X2. It was the second experiment, and it was conducted way more longer than the first one, which is on 17 days. And this time, scientists are able to collect more information about the biogeochemical, about the physiological, the ecological responses to the AOIF. And they also have dramatic changes in biogeochemical responses that close to support the Martin hypothesis, and has taxonomic shift toward the diatom dominant phytoplankton communities. Okay, the limitation of this experiment is the first one, the insufficient experimental duration, like what happened on the first experiment on Ion X1. And the second limitation is the single ion addition, not enough iron for the surface water, and there is no export flux measurement in the deep ocean, and no direct measurement of export fluxes with sediment traps. And the last one is the improvement for future study. In conducting this experiment, we need to conduct this experiment, we need to be on the center of eddy structure during the stated condition, the low grazing during low grazing pressure and high silicate levels, and we need to at least spend minimum 40 days for shipboard observation with multiple iron injection with an interval of 10 to 15 days, and we need to trace iron fertilized patch using physical and biogeochemical traces, and the NBST system and water column derived 2340H method are applied at 2 depth. And the last one is to monitor the side effect on marine ecosystem, including decline in the oxygen content, the climate relevant gases, and the toxic DA. And that's all from me. Thank you.